Yo, YouTube, what's going on? TTVE_thin. I'm back to streaming Tuesday. I gotta get new internet, but we're going over Cantarella's kit. I'm gonna do a separate video on her weapon because her weapon has a lot of stuff to it. But so they officially dropped Cantarella's kit. I'm gonna give you the quick TLDR. She is a Havoc Zhezhi, but instead of getting the outro with more resonance energy, she is going to give you healing in her kit, and she has really fast concerto energy regen. Cantarella seems pretty cool. Her kit is a lot of stuff, so that's just a quick TLDR. If you just want to know, do you think she's worth it? Do you not think she's worth it? I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, she is a Havoc version of Zhezhi. So let's break it down. Cantaboba's right here. Those are all her mats or whatever. Normal attacks, nothing crazy. I have to say, I think she has some of the best animations in the game, but that's just me. I'm a little bit of a simp, seeing them sway side to side. Anyways, perform 3 consecutive attacks dealing Havoc damage. Or heavy attack is not a big deal. Heavy attack, Delusive Dive. So she has another state that she does this heavy attack. So when Cantarella has trance, heavy attack becomes Delusive Dive, dealing Havoc damage to the target, and then Cantarella enters Mirage. While in Mirage, casting Delusive Dive does not activate Mirage again. Can be cast in water, plunging attack, dodge counter, all that good stuff. So her resonance skill. So this is her resonance skill, attack the target dealing Havoc damage. Now this is where it gets a little interesting. When in Mirage, resonance skill becomes Flickering Reverie, which is considered as an echo skill when being cast. That is very important, especially for her weapon. So just keep that in mind, that her actual resonance skill counts as actually activating an echo skill. It's cool. I don't know why, but it's really mainly there for her weapon. I think maybe one other part of her kit, but I'll show you. Attack the target, dealing Havoc damage, and send them into Hazy Dream. Can be cast midair. So this is when they have that slow on them. So the slow you'll see right now, reduce the target's movement speed for 6.5 seconds. When the target takes damage, Jolt is triggered once. Removing Hazy Dream to deal Havoc damage, considered as basic attack damage. She will be a basic attack damage bot. Attacks by other resonators in the team will not jolt the target influenced by Hazy Dream, and will remove the Hazy Dream coordinated attacks, and damage from utilities will not jolt the target. They really seem like they want you to be on field with her with this. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but yeah, just keep that in mind. So if you want to actually trigger the Hazy Dream, you have to do it with her. Her Resonance Liberation. Attack the target dealing Havoc damage, consider basic attack damage. Inflict diffusion on resonators in the team. Casting this skill is considered as casting an echo skill. Back to that echo skill. Can be cast midair close to the ground. So what does diffusion do? When the resonator on the field deals damage to a target, summon Dreamweavers to perform her coordinated attacks. Pretty much what this is just telling you, you could perform up to 21 coordinated attacks and overall last for 30 seconds. So again, really simple stuff. You want to activate her coordinated attacks. One of the main ways to do it is through her burst. Nothing crazy there. Forte circuit. Mirage. So basic attack becomes basic attack Phantom Sting. Perform up to 3 consecutive attacks, dealing Havoc damage. Can be cast in midair. When cast midair, basic attack Phantom Sting consumes stamina, and the combo does not reset when Cantarella is airborne. Blessed. Okay. Hitting the target with basic attack Phantom Sting consumes 1 point of trance to obtain 1 point of shiver and heal all nearby resonators in the team. So that's where you're going to be getting the healing from. Third stage of basic attack Phantom Sting triggers 3 coordinated attacks, which is kind of crazy. So you're getting 3 coordinated attacks. Is really great for Zhezhi. Dealing Havoc damage. Mid-air attack becomes Abysmal Vortex. Fresh jump to perform a plunging attack, blah, blah, blah. Dodge counter becomes dodge counter shadowy sweep. Attack the target, dealing Havoc damage. Nothing too crazy. And excuse me. When mid-air, attack Abysmal Vortex or dodge counter shadowy sweep hits a target, consume 1 point of trance to obtain 1 point of shiver and heal. Same thing. Mirage lasts for 8 seconds, and Mirage ends when trance is depleted. I mean, listen, the easiest way I could break this down to you is by me continuing, because there's a lot more down here. Her Forte circuit is like the Declaration of Independence. There's so much stuff. So if Cantarella has 3 points of shiver when in Mirage, resonance skill becomes Perception Drain. Consume all shiver to attack the target, dealing Havoc damage, considered basic attack damage. Send the target into Hazy Dream and heal all resonators. Casting the skill is also considered as an echo skill. Okay. quite a few ways she can potentially cast an Echo skill while not casting her Echo. Again, that ties directly into her weapon. After casting Intro skill, when the resonators in the team cast Echo skill, recover 6 points of Concerto energy. This part was a little crazy to me. And I don't know how this is going to work. So I'm going to read this again. It says, after casting Intro skill, when resonators in the team cast Echo skill, recover 6 points of Concerto energy. So it seems like if you cast the Intro skill with Cantarella, this is how I'm interpreting it, and then you swap to someone else, you could do the Echo and get 6 Concerto energy. And says echoes with the same name can only trigger this effect once. This effect can be triggered up to 6 times, lasting for 25 seconds. It can be triggered only once every 25 seconds. So, very interesting. She gets Concerto off field, is how I'm reading this, which is pretty cool. So that I think is valid. And then trance. So Camilla, oh my god, Cancerilla can hold up to 5 points of trance. Casting the intro skill recovers 1 point of trance, hitting a target with basic attack stage 3, 1 point of trance. Casting resonance skill graceful step recovers 1 point of trance. Casting resonance separation recovers 3 points of trance. When in water recovers 1 point of trance every 5 seconds. Cantarella can hold up to 3 points of Shiver, so this is her other Forte circuit. Hitting a target with basic attack, Phantom Sting recovers 1 point of Shiver. When midair attack or dodge counter shadowy sweep hits a target, restore 1 point of Shiver. Guys, this is a lot. And this is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make it easy for you, bro. She's just Zhezhi with some heals, man. She just Zhezhi with some heals, and she gets some Concerto energy from here. She'll get that Concerto energy from her Abyssal Rebirth. She does the Havoc damage. You can get 3 coordinated strikes. And you got to stay on field with her. But it's a lot to read. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo. But that's how I'm interpreting this, just to make it as dumb as possible. Intro skill attacks the target. Nothing too crazy. You do your intro skill, hit a normal attack, you're good. Tidal Surge. When in Mirage, her intro skill becomes Tidal Surge, which triggers 3 coordinated attacks on hit, dealing Havoc damage. Casting Tidal Surge resets the basic combo of Phantom String. So, really good. You seem to be getting a lot of coordinated attacks for Zhezhi. She might be better for Zhezhi than running Zhezhi. So, keep that in mind. Outro skill. Amplify the incoming Resonator's Havoc damage by 20% and the Resonance skill by 25 for 14 seconds. Switching Resonators end this effect. Obviously, they still have that there. Inherent skill increases her healing by 20%. Casting Echo skill gives 6% Havoc damage bonus for 10 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. And then the overall combat guide they're providing is casting intro skill, resonance separation, recovers trance. When trance is not depleted, perform heavy attacks, sending Cantarella into an enhanced state. In Cantarella's enhanced state, hitting targets with basic attack 3 recovers Shiver. When Shiver reaches 3 points, the enhanced resonance skill becomes available. Resonance skill, Flickering Reverie, and Perception Drain sends the target into a hazy dream. When trance is not depleted, Cantarella can cast heavy attack Elusive Dive. The skill can be cast in water. And then you have all of her amplification here. She's a support healer, Concerto efficiency, basic attack, coordinated attacks, Havoc damage amplification, resonance skill damage amplification. She has everything under the sun, including Yamato. She does. So, yeah, she really is just a Havoc Zhezhi. Now, real quick, just to show you the weapon. The weapon, and I'm going to make a separate video on this. It's going to give you 72% crit damage. But the reason why this is important is that in her weapon kit, it says casting an Echo skill within 10 seconds of casting intro skill or basic attack grants 1 stack of Gentle Dream. And then you can cast this up to 2 times. Now, obviously, gets the base attack there, but when you cast this 2 times, your first time at R1, you get a 40% basic attack damage bonus. And the second time, you get a 12% Havoc Res Shred. So that's why the casting Echo skill is very important, because you're able to proc an Echo skill from her base kit, but then you actually proc your actual Echo, and you're pretty much going to be able to get her, passive off that weapon pretty much freely, very, very, very easily. So that's why that's important. Overall, in terms of pull value, obviously her best in slot is not out yet. Her best in slot main DPS is not out. So if you wanted to hold off on pulling Cantarella, I think that makes sense. I think she is really cool, and they're setting up for a new character. In the interim, this character can work with Zhezhi. I mean, you don't really need to use them with Carlotta, because if you have Zhezhi, there's no point. just because the outro gives resonance scale doesn't necessarily always mean it's gonna have the best synergy, right? But can work with that as well. I guess you can make it work with Chang Li. Same thing I said before. I really wouldn't. But yeah, if you lost your Zhezhi to Carlotta and you don't want to use Yan Wu because he does no damage, I think this is a good pickup. And I think she just is cool and has big Aboba, man. You know, Cantarella Boba is crazy, you know? So her kit looks good. It seems a little overcomplicated at first, but we know, like, once you get in game, it's like fucking 3 buttons, right? It's not too big of a deal. So her pull value is 100% dependent on your account. I don't think she breaks the game. I think that she is just going to be a really good support. Again, they are going to those mono element teams where they're wanting they want a healer of every element, so that way you don't have a shortage of them, right? So yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I'm with it. I'm gonna pull her. I'm gonna buy Cantarella Boba. Well, I'm gonna try to get a free to play. I really don't want to spend money, but that's her kit. Let me know what you think. Mwah. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.